The damage here along the Gulf Coast is catastrophic.
Relentless rains continue to fall, flooding the nation's south and Midwest.
The worst flooding in more than a century in eastern Europe.
Torrential rain has also affected parts of southern Mexico.
Floodwaters have turned this part of western Japan into a disaster zone, with nearly 2 feet of rain falling in just 8 hours.
Torrential rain battered Beijing on Sunday afternoon.
Catastrophic flooding in Central Europe has hit parts of eastern and southern Germany.
And states of emergency are in effect in a number of places, including Calgary, where as many as 100,000 people may be forced to leave their homes.
In Britain, flooding which began in the West Country and the South is now affecting the North as well.
This is the scene in central and southern Missouri, where more than 15 inches of rain have fallen in just the last week.
5 million people take New York City's subways every day, and this morning the entire system is shut down. 7 subway tunnels under the East River are flooded, and the electricity...
On April 20th, an explosion ripped through BP Deepwater Horizon drilling rig, about 40 miles off the coast of Louisiana. Already, this oil spill is the worst environmental disaster America has ever faced. And I've authorized the deployment of over 17,000 National Guard members along the coast.
President Obama saying today that the BP oil spill, quote, will be contained. And BP is looking to get the job done with the help of a product. It is called a Tiger Dam. It's made by a company called US Flood Control. Joining me now from New Orleans, Paul Vickers. Paul, very happy to have you here. Can you make enough of this stuff? I understand you have an order from BP of, what, 80 miles, but the state of Louisiana needs 400 miles.
We're doing what's called Tiger Dam. The 10-20 seconds laying down a protective barrier on the beach of Grand Isle, keep the oil on the seaside. It runs approximately 8.2 miles. We initially, in 10 days, laid down the initial 2 tubes, and now we're going back with a third black tube for additional protection across the top.
To deploy the Tiger Dam, it takes a team of 14, 3 doing the pumping, 5 holding the Tiger Dam down, and you have a team of 4 laying the Tiger Dam out. It's actually Gulf water that we pump into each Tiger Dam.
Tiger Dams have been used in many disasters around the world, including Hurricanes Katrina, Rita, Gustav, Ike, and most recently, the BP oil spill, used as oil containment, hazmat, and a berm to prevent that oil from reaching those sensitive eco-sanctuaries in the Louisiana marshes.
Well, I'll tell you, it's an amazing product. The water tubes were great, but when we're talking about putting something there and allowing it to stay through hurricane season, maybe 2, maybe 3 seasons, this gives you the comfort level. It's solid, it's there, it's as good as the levee, and it gives you that added protection.
In 2006, we had an abnormal high tide one December, so we called for help. It was a quick fix, a good need. It served the purpose that we were looking for at a moment's notice.
I initially saw the product at one of the conferences that I attended several years ago, and what really struck me about it, the minute I saw the product being deployed, I said to myself that it was something that's a time saver, because it really goes together very, very quickly.
We used to top our levees after some of the levee failures did occur. It performed very well as stopgap. We were well pleased with it. We were well pleased enough to buy X amount of miles of flood control.
We've used them before during Katrina, and they worked very well. During Gustav and Ike, we mobilized during those 2 storms as well.
Let's use 21st century technology. Let's get with the ages and get rid of sandbags.
Sandbags, it takes more people to do the process. You have to load them, haul them, put them out. You use probably half the people to put these tubes out.
Each one of these tubes is 50 feet long, approximately 500 sandbags. Those volunteers are better suited not sandbagging. We need those homeowners protecting their homes, we need those homeowners getting people to safety. We don't need them doing a mindless job like sandbagging.
It's very dangerous to try to set up as water is beginning to top over those levees in case there was a breach on those levees, to have that number of people on the levees flood fighting, trying to handle sandbags when you're only talking about small quantities at a time that can be set up and stacked at a time.
The sandbags are just bunched together and thrown into piles. These now is a seamless, continuous, for miles long, of impervious water barrier.
I found Paul and his other assistants very professional. When they came, they rolled up their sleeves and got out there, helped put them out, helped show our guys how to put them out. They worked side by side with our people.
You're not going to find better customer support anywhere. I think U.S. Flood Control tries to understand your needs, your problems, and assist you in getting the equipment you need, training, expertise, and helping you purchase, the number and the type of equipment that's necessary to fulfill your job.
Hi, I'm Paul Vickers, President, Chief Executive Officer of International Flood Control, the world's largest manufacturer of Tiger dams. Tiger dams are used by more governments around the world for flood protection than all other flood control products combined.